Hey guys, it's 𝙎𝙈𝙊𝙃 here. I know that you guys haven't heard from me, at least in a video aspect, for God knows a very long time. But I'm here. Some might say I'm back. I pray that's true. I really do hope so. This video specifically is one that I made a long time ago, but I want to get everything in my catalog out there. Like I have a few videos still like on my devices, like my softwares and stuff that I need to publish. And so this is what if Naruto was a Senju part 1. Technically I've made this video already, but it's unlisted now. I wasn't very happy with it. Anyways, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, but I'm sure I'll tell you that later. At the start of this video, it doesn't really make sense. The first part that you will hear is past me, obviously, detailing a scene that happens way later in the what if. And then after that, it starts with Naruto being 4 years old, and then it basically details everything that he's learned from 4 years old to 10 years old. And it kind of seems a little bit choppy, but you'll totally get it as soon as you start watching. Anyways, this has been 𝙎𝙈𝙃, and I'll see you later.
Naruto met Zenitsu's glance, as he could clearly see the Mangekyo Sharingan, and with that, he was brought to his knees. Now, that was a quick introduction into much farther in the what if. I do that sometimes if you're not aware. If you're new here, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, but Pastor Rami's gonna tell you that anyway. See you on the flip side. No, but seriously, Naruto, I believe that you have exponential potential, and that by just 10 years old, you could be as strong as a Kage. Your dreams are much closer than you think they are. I promise you that much. We now have a time skip. So, from Naruto being 4 years old currently, we skip to Naruto being 8 years old. Now, how strong is this Naruto, and what does he know? What has he learned? Well, a lot. So, Naruto has learned proper battle tactics. He learned this back when he was 6 years old, but obviously he's polished his skills throughout the years. Now, how has he been polishing them? He's gone through several drills with Zara, but how he's really gotten the battle tactics and combat experience, more specifically, is by going on missions with Zara. These missions are usually B-rank missions, and, well, yeah, they don't have a super huge threat risk, and so Zara is able to handle the missions on his own, and Naruto can even help out sometimes. Now, with that being said, something should also be known that this Naruto, although he is not some mass killer, he is not a pacifist. So he's not just going, if somebody's in danger that he loves, and it's, oh, kill them, or, you know, risk your friend's life a little bit and knock them out, he's going to go with killing them, as he values like saving his friends over just, you know, whether somebody dies or somebody lives. That's not somebody he cares about. So that's where his priorities lies. I hope that makes sense. It should make sense. With that being said, now some other stuff. So Naruto, now being 8 years old, knows 2 chakra natures. Yeah, 2. Wind and fire. So these chakra natures actually complement themselves really well. That's why this Naruto has them. Now, some of you probably thought I was going to go with Earth style, since he's a Senju, which is actually the current chakra nature that Naruto is working on, as Naruto wants to become a Jonin. And it's funny because Naruto's not even in the academy yet. But he wants to skip the exam and just go straight to being a Jonin. But obviously, that's not necessarily how things work, as well. He needs to get a little bit stronger before he can do that. But he is way past the level of a Chunin, and Zara actually believes that he's at the level of a, well, Kage, but that he doesn't have the experience that someone who is a Jonin or Jonin candidate would have. And so that's what Naruto's been working on, gathering more experience, gathering more knowledge, learning more about ninja history, and really just absorbing things like a sponge, whether that be new jutsus or new techniques or new knowledge or new battle tactics or whatever it may be. Now, with that being said, Naruto is also pretty good at Kenjutsu. His swordsmanship is above average. Sorry for the voice crack. I have not been drinking water this whole time. Anyways, not only that, but his kunai and shuriken skills are also above average, and they're pretty good considering that Naruto's only 8 years old and has a great amount of room to improve on. To compare it to somebody else's shuriken and kunai skill, I would compare it to a Tsutomu Sharingan Sasuke in part 1. So Chunin Sasuke slash Genin Sasuke. No, just Genin Sasuke. I don't know why I thought he was sorry. With that being said, though, Naruto's pretty strong, and he has a wide variety of skills that vastly upgrade his abilities. Not only that, but one other thing that there are two things currently that Naruto's been working on. Gathering more knowledge and just absorbing information, as I keep comparing it to a sponge, but like a sponge. But not only that, but also mastering the Nine Tails. Now, how far is he? That's probably the question you're asking yourself. Oh, does he have one tail down? Oh, is he able to harness the chakra but can't get a tail out? Yeah. Okay, so Naruto can gather the chakra, but he cannot use the tails, as every single time he has tried to tap into 1, 2, or 3 tails of the Nine Tails' chakra, he completely blacks out, and he does not know what he's doing, but he's unable to attack. So he's kind of like a agile creature, being, whatever you want to call it, monster even though that's a bit of a stretch. And so if Zara and him are training and Naruto tries to access the 1 or 2 or 3 tailed forms of the Nine Tails' chakra as a Jinchuriki, Naruto just goes unconscious, and Zara can't like keep fighting him because Naruto will try to avoid or will counter. But Naruto will never be the aggressor in the situation. He's just more defending himself or countering attacks or whatever it may be. And so it's pointless to continue training sessions after Naruto has passed out like that. And so really what they're working on is Naruto learning how to control those deeper stages of the Nine Tails' chakra, and of course Naruto gaining more knowledge to complement the skills he already has and to be closer to the level of a true Kage. Now, Naruto enters the academy at 8 years old, and he breezes through it. This Naruto now knows how to control his chakra, doing various exercises / activities / training activities with Zara, like wall walking, chakra running, and of course like water walking. And one other thing should be noted is that this Naruto does have the summoning jutsu. He doesn't have to pull from the Nine Tails' chakra, as the Uzumaki and Senju chakra is enough of a source for him to pull off of. But if he's summoning a larger creature, now you're probably asking what that creature is. Well, Naruto has a dragon summoning in this timeline. Now, some of you may be asking, oh, why does he have a dragon summoning? Well, Hashirama had a wooden dragon jutsu. Wood users do have this jutsu in general, and I thought it'd be kind of cool if Naruto had dragon summoning, because no other person in Naruto has a dragon summoning as far as I'm aware. With that being said, he also has smaller summonings like the dog summoning, and he has a cat summoning. With that being said, for his dragon summoning, he does sometimes have to pull on the Nine Tails, his chakra reserve. But that's not difficult at all for him to do, and he can call upon it at any time he wishes for. Now, what's the relationship status like? Is it like Naruto and the Nine Tails hate each other, but Naruto has control over that piece of the Nine Tails' chakra? Is it like, oh, they're on good terms, but not that good of terms? Well, it's simple. Naruto is starting to befriend the Nine Tails, but the Nine Tails still hates Naruto because his father imprisoned him in his body. And so, yeah. Now, with that being said, Naruto has been trying to convince Kurama, or the Kyuubi, or the Nine Tails, whatever you want to call him, that, well, he didn't ask for this, and that, well, although it may be, well, hard, and, you know, it may be annoying, and, well, although, like, the Nine Tails may resent him, that it was not him who made this choice, and that it was actually his father, and that he had no control whatsoever over, you know, what would happen. Now, with that being said, the Academy. Naruto breezes through it. I don't know if I made that clear already, with Naruto already knowing proper chakra control and already being leagues above his class as far as strength and power goes. Heck, he's even stronger than the person teaching him. He goes through the Academy in just 1 month, breaking many records in the process. With that being said, he is now put up into the exams. And he has about a month to prepare. So during this month, he learns how to harness more of the Nine Tails' chakra and how to call upon it. That's actually what he does the entire month, as that's what Zara thinks would help him the most. And it works. Naruto now has access to one tail. And Naruto realized that when he puts his mind to one certain thing, he can accomplish it much easier than when he's doing all sorts of things. Like, for instance, this whole, 6 to, 4 to 6 year training process that he's been on, I was just about to spoil later on in the what if. 4 years. He's been training for 4 years. Almost 5. This whole, 4 to 6, training year process that he's been through, he's been practicing a ton of different things, just getting better at everything rather than just working on one ability. And obviously it sounds like common knowledge that, oh, if I train on one thing rather than a ton of different things, I'm going to get way better at that one thing way faster. Yes, that makes sense, obviously. But the thing is, it's just not how Naruto had thought about it. Now, with that being said, what is Naruto now going to do with this chakra? So, Naruto's decided that he needs to increase his own reserve of chakra as well. And how can he do that? By getting his chakra reserves down to 0 and then allowing them to rebuild up. And so he does that constantly, and sometimes subconsciously he'll draw on the chakra of the Nine Tails, which sometimes does mess up what he's trying to do, but it does work, and overall it did end up allowing him to push even further into the one-tailed chakra form, as Kurama saw his hard work and just decided to allow him to have that one-tailed chakra. As well, there are 9 tails of the 9 tails, and well, one tail of chakra isn't that much to give. Now, with that being said, of course, the Kyuubi was still reluctant in his method/ways of giving it, and is usually pretty secretive on giving Naruto more chakra than Naruto asks for or tries to get. Now, with that being said, what does this mean for Naruto going forward with mastering the Kyuubi? Well, Naruto still understands that chakra isn't everything, so he believes that he needs to master more skills before trying to gain even more, Nine Tails chakra. With that being said, a month has now passed, so Naruto enters the exams. The written exam he breezes through, and it scores a 9 out of 10, which isn't horrible at all, and his time wasn't bad either. He had a time similar to Gaara's in the exam, although he didn't get perfect. Now, with that being said, as far as later on in the exams, the Forest of Death, I'm going to cover this pretty fast. Naruto does it alone. He doesn't need anybody to help him. Heck, he didn't even go in with a squad, and he beats Itachi's record in the Forest of Death. With that being said, he also beats Gaara's record, although Gaara has yet to enter the Chunin exams because Gaara enters the Chunin exams at 12 to 13, whereas Naruto's entering it currently at 8 years old. 8 years old and a half to be like very, very exact. And Naruto exits the Forest exam with flying colors. Now, as for the preliminaries, Naruto doesn't do bad here either, and he doesn't even ever have to rely on the Nine Tails, nor any other form of chakra nature. So he doesn't need wind or fire style, and, well, he's fine for the most part throughout the entire exams. Now, you guys are probably, like, wondering, when is Naruto going to fight someone? And it's actually coming up pretty soon. You just gotta wait a second. Now, Naruto breezes through the preliminaries, as I basically said just previously, just a few seconds ago, maybe a dozen, maybe a few dozen seconds ago. But with that being said, it's in the Chunin exams where Naruto really meets his match. So in the Chunin exams, Naruto's generally fine, but there was one person in the Chunin exams, his final fight, the final fight in the entire Chunin exams, that Naruto has to pull out all the stops to beat. It is someone who is a genin, but seems to be much stronger. And when I say much stronger, I mean much, much stronger. Now, who is this mystery person? So since this is a different timeline, there will also be different people in the Leaf Village. I don't know if this is clear already, but there are Senju in the Leaf Village. A example, Minato, his family lived there. The Namikaze and Senju's even had a compound in the Leaf Village that was destroyed years ago in a Uchiha war. But that's besides the point. We will get into that later on in the What If. That is not a spoiler, I'm telling you. Anyways, with that being said, Naruto finally met someone who was close to his age and could, well, give him a challenge. And who is this person? Well, this is actually a Senju Uchiha hybrid, and his name is Zenitsu. Now, why did I choose the name Zenitsu? Well, it's not based on the character from Demon Slayer, although, nice guess. It does have something to do with his lightning abilities. Now, with that being said, Zenitsu. Zenitsu is about 11 years old and is also somebody who passed the academy at an earlier age. He is a prodigy, to say the least. Now, he's not as much as a prodigy as, say, Itachi, but he is very, very skilled and is actually stronger than Itachi was at his own age. Now, the massacre. Many of you might be asking yourself, oh, did it happen? Has it happened? Is it going to happen? No, it has not happened yet, and it may not happen. I guess you might just have to wait and see if it ever does happen. It might not, it might, I'm actually not sure. I guess it just depends. Of course, I'm sure. I am the one who created this story. But anyways, with that being said, Naruto finally met his match. Not only was Zenitsu fast, but he was skilled. Naruto immediately noticed this the minute that they began battle. Naruto rushed towards Zenitsu with a kunai in hand. As before approaching too close to Zenitsu, he actually threw the kunai, just to see what Zenitsu would do. If it ended up actually hitting Zenitsu, then he would hopefully draw blood and cause Zenitsu to be more wary or anxious. This did initially catch Zenitsu off guard, but Zenitsu adapted to the situation. Something Naruto had never seen before so fast from anybody close to his age, and, well, really anybody in general that wasn't Zara or people of that level. Zenitsu immediately grabbed the kunai before it could reach him. Now, what do I mean by that? Is he grabbing it right before it hits him? Is he grabbing it way before he hits him? What do I mean? Well, quite literally, a earth hand grabbed the kunai so fast that Naruto could barely see it rise out of the ground. But what this did give Naruto the advantage of was knowing one of Zenitsu's chakra natures, that being earth. which meant since Naruto has wind style, he can potentially break this earth. And although wind style is not a direct counter to earth, heck, it's actually not the greatest one, if even close, it could still work. Now, with that being said, his other chakra nature, if he combines the two, may be able to counter Zenitsu's earth style. Now, with that being said, Naruto didn't know what his next move would be, but it wasn't up to him. Zenitsu came charging towards Naruto. No kunai, no nothing, just his fist. And so, as if it were a primal reaction, Naruto took a step back. It was as if Zenitsu noticed this, appearing behind Naruto. Naruto turned his head, only to find himself now flat on the ground. Boo! Kick that, sorry! Naruto silenced the crowd as he jumped into the air. He rose his foot to the sky as it came hurling down onto Zenitsu. Zenitsu then blocked with his arms in a cross-like manner as he pushed Naruto. Naruto then catapulted himself both off of the force of Zenitsu pushing him and off of Zenitsu's arms to jump even farther into the sky. It would be here that he would bite down on his thumb, creating 2 dog summonings. Mid-air, it would just be seen as smoke, but this not only gave Naruto camouflage, but allowed his summonings to not be seen, as Zenitsu hadn't even seen them come out of the smoke. With that being said, these special dog summonings are Naruto's special dog summonings. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, these dogs, obviously, if it was a real dog, Zenitsu would probably be able to see it pretty well, but they're not. They are quite small in size, but they can become very, very large. The more chakra that Naruto decides to give them and feed into the summoning. Now, since Naruto fed into them a pretty large amount of chakra, they have a pretty big cap that they can grow into. I hope that makes sense. So, to quickly explain it, dog summoning. Let's say Naruto decides to give 10% of his chakra, which is a pretty big amount. The dog summoning can be very minuscule, maybe even the size of a fly at first, but it has a maximum growth ability to, say, even as big as Naruto's dog summoning. Whereas if Naruto decided, he's only going to give 1 or 2% of his chakra into the dog summoning, then it would maybe grow to the size of a real dog at maximum, or the size of Poon Poon or Pun Pun. I don't know which one's the right pronunciation. The dog that Kakashi Sensei has, or Kakashi Hatake. Now, with that being said, Naruto would use the smoke that now covered him to perform yet another jutsu. This time, it was an Earth style jutsu. And now, he didn't want to compete with Zenitsu, but, well, it was almost as if it was stringed into his very DNA to do so. His Earth-style jutsu came out of nowhere. 17 pillars now were scattered throughout the arena. It was almost as if Naruto wished to create a maze. To the people watching the exams, Naruto seemed to be doing something very unorthodox. But to Zenitsu, this was a jutsu he had never seen before. And a tip that he had actually learned from a genius, Itachi Uchiha, was that every jutsu has its own weakness. And so, as Naruto continued to pour more chakra into the jutsu, and more pillars, even greater than the initial 17, began to pile up in the arena, Zenitsu had already found its weakness, using the 3 Tomoe Sharingan. Naruto noticed the Sharingan, but not what Zenitsu was doing. And, well, before Naruto could continue on with the jutsu, it was too late, as Zenitsu then spoke. But not before Naruto could. I see those eyes! The red eyes, accustomed to the Uchiha clan. This jutsu does not have a weakness. But that's where Naruto was wrong, as Zenitsu quickly responded. Who do you think you are? This jutsu does have a weakness. I am its weakness. Zenitsu then slammed his hands into the ground As slowly but surely, each and every pillar began to crumble into 100 small little rocks. Now, that's not necessarily true. Some just split in half, others split into nearly 100, others split into, say, 10. The point is, they split down greatly. Now, with that being said, Naruto was astonished, even stunned, and he knew that, well, Zenitsu seemed to be far more skilled than Naruto, and that if he wished to win, then he would have to rely on the Nine-Tails Chakra at some point. He wanted to go the entire exams without using the Nine-Tails Chakra. With that, Naruto now rushed towards Zenitsu as they would engage in a taijutsu battle yet again. This time, Naruto would swing the first punch, as Zenitsu would actually dodge instead of punching back. This created an opening in Naruto, which Zenitsu would use to knee Naruto right in the gut. Naruto was now winded for air. Naruto strengthened his right arm as he slammed it into Zenitsu's side, causing him to move back, or move to the left, 3 steps. It was then that Zenitsu regained his footing, but it was too late for Zenitsu to fully recover, as Naruto grabbed both of his hands, putting them in a triangle-like formation as he slammed them down into Zenitsu. Now, he didn't actually slam them down into him, but he used a jutsu quickly, a very small jutsu, that he called Wind Style Triangle Slam. It was basically a jutsu that combined his physical strength with his, ninjutsu. So a small gust of wind was added to his blow. With that being said, it sent Zenitsu back first onto the ground, as Zenitsu now stared into Naruto's eyes. As they looked at one another, Zenitsu began to form a smirk on his face, and Naruto didn't know why he was smirking. As he then saw Zenitsu's eyes begin to spin from the 2 Tomoe back into a 3 Tomoe, Naruto realized what was happening. He was being placed under a genjutsu. It was then that Naruto was placed in this genjutsu, where reality began to augment itself. But there's one problem. Naruto knew exactly how to counter this genjutsu, and it was by simply relying on the Nine-Tails' chakra, and thus he did so. The Nine-Tails went ahead and broke the genjutsu as if it was as easy as snapping a small twig under your feet. With that, Zenitsu was shocked. Naruto had countered a genjutsu that many jonin would probably fall to and succumb to. With that being said, Naruto then placed his foot over Zenitsu's chest as he began to apply pressure in the leg. Now, basically, he's crushing Zenitsu and his ribcage. Zenitsu was unable to move as Naruto's strength was too great in the form that he was now in. That form being the Nine-Tails, one-tailed state. Slowly but surely, the ground around Naruto began to rumble as Naruto began to, lose control. His teeth began to enlarge, and for some reason, he had developed this hate for Zenitsu. This competition that drove him to increase his Nine-Tails chakra even further. Naruto now entered the 2-tailed state, and somehow he was still conscious. But it wasn't over for Zenitsu. Now, how wasn't it over? It wasn't over because in that moment, Naruto had seen something that he had never seen before. Something that he believed to be myth or fairy tale. Something that he had heard from Zara but did not believe. Zara's eyes that were already in the 3 Tomoe shifted from not the 3 Tomoe to the 2 or 1 Tomoe, but to nothing. Now, this isn't unorthodox, but what you're about to hear may sound very familiar. His Sharingan then activated back into a 3 Tomoe as his eyes began to spin faster than they were when the genjutsu was initially activated. Naruto didn't have time to think about how fast they were spinning, but rather what was about to happen. Was Zenitsu cocky and about to try another genjutsu while his victory was on the line, or what was going to happen? He had no idea. But he was shown. His Tomoe formed into a shape. It appeared to be a square, with the people in the middle just being the regular red color of the Sharingan. This was a Sharingan that Naruto could not explain with just Tomoe, which meant that Naruto had to classify this as a Mangekyo Sharingan, or a Mangekyo. Naruto laughed, or it was more of a chuckle to be exact. With that, Naruto sighed. Not only is my opponent great, powerful, fast, have a number of tactics that I've never seen in my life, and able to break down some of my strongest jutsus, but he also has a Mangekyo Sharingan. Naruto said this all out loud, as Zenitsu said nothing. He even displayed a frown on his face. It was then that he rose, standing up. It was as if Naruto had taken all the strength out of his leg and into his fist, as Zenitsu was sent flying as soon as he got up into the Chunin exam wall. But it wasn't over for Zenitsu. It wasn't as if he was knocked out. No, he quickly appeared behind Naruto, where he would begin to now choke Naruto. The chakra of the Nine Tails began to burn Zenitsu, which meant that he couldn't hold Naruto for too long. But he quickly pulled out a few paper bombs and dropped them in the surrounding area as he jumped off of Naruto, kicking him in the process and sending him onto one knee as the paper bombs all exploded around him. Naruto counted the paper bombs as they were being thrown out, and he counted about 5, which meant that not all of the area was covered, and that there was a blind spot through the camouflage of the smoke, which meant that that blind spot was probably where Zenitsu was going to attack from. Now, since Naruto doesn't have some cool ocular jojutsu, like the Sharingan, he can't just magically see where Zenitsu is going to come from, so he had to listen. And how was he going to listen? Not through himself, but rather through his dogs. A great part about his dog summoning is that they're special. Not only can they go from very, very small to very, very big, but another thing is that they have the ability to share their senses with Naruto, which is why Zara suggested this summoning, because only a few ninjas in the world have been able to, obtain these summonings, but they have proven useful every single time. Now, since this is my own what if, these ninja are going to have these summonings, just for it to just work. Now, with that being said, what are the summonings? Well, to be simple, Tobirama, or who are the summoning users? Tobirama, Hashirama, Minato, and Hiruzen. Yeah, all 4 Hokages. I know, very unoriginal that I chose those 4. But I did. Now, with that being said, this meant that he could now see through their eyes and was able to see where Zenitsu was coming from. It would be then that Naruto had one arm prepared to block his punched attack, which it was coming off as a punch, as that's what he was able to see, and he was now able to counter with his own fist straight to Zenitsu's gut. And it worked. Zenitsu came right through, but it was then as if he decided to stop, as if he had some advanced foresight. This time, he switched to pulling out a sword, which he then slashed Naruto's arm with, causing Naruto to pull it away in pain, shrieking just a little bit. It would be then that him and Zenitsu would meet eyes, as Zenitsu's glare was enough to bring Naruto to his knees. Naruto tried to stand, but he couldn't, as it was as if he was being pushed to the ground by gravity itself. Naruto slowly moved his head up towards Zenitsu as they met eyes once more. Naruto then asked if this was an ability of the Mangekyo Sharingan, as Zenitsu laughed and smiled. It's one of many. Yes. They then looked at each other as Naruto completely fell to the ground. With that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I know this was part 1 and it was kind of lengthy. But with that being said, I've been gone for a really long time and you guys deserved at least a 1 hour plus what if movie, and in order to do those quickly, in a quick manner, I need to create a part 1 that's kind of long, and then I can grab a quick part 2 that's like 30 minutes, and then there's like an hour and 20-minute what if movie. I just needed to make a video that was over an hour, for consistency's sake, of course. And I hope you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, share the video to friends like this, and anime content. Hit the like and subscribe button. I love you all, and I appreciate you all. And with that being said, Rami X out.
This is now where part 1 of What If Naruto Was a Senju officially ends. Now we begin, and we have a slight time skip. I want to be clear on the fact that Naruto returns to the village just in time for the Chunin exams, and is granted the ability to partake in them without having to go through the forest of death. As the Chunin exams began, the atmosphere in the arena buzzed with anticipation. Whispers and gasps filled the air as Naruto Senju, a name that had faded into legend over years, stepped into the arena. It had been years since anyone had seen Naruto, and the transformation he had partaken was astonishing. The once rambunctious boy who barely passed the academy had grown into a formidable ninja, a capable ninja, a strong ninja whose presence shook all those that watched him. Sasuke stood among the crowd, his eyes narrowed, jealousy gnawing at him as he observed Naruto's confident demeanor. He remembered Naruto as the boy who struggled to keep up. Yet now, he was a ninja with a high degree of difficulty, a true prodigy of the Senju clan. Naruto's first match was against Neji Hyuga, a prodigious user of the gentle fist. The crowd watched in awe as Naruto brandished a sword, an unusual weapon for him. Neji, with his Byakugan, was confident. Keep in mind, Naruto had just seen Neji beat his own sister. "This will be over quickly," Neji said, his voice cold and calm, stoic even, but clearly underestimating Naruto. You see, Neji didn't believe all of the hype. Of course he could see the crowd. Of course he could see their faces and how they looked so in awe of Naruto's demeanor. But Neji wasn't buying it. Naruto smirked. "We'll see about that." The battle began with Neji launching an array of gentle fist strikes. Naruto's agility was breathtaking. He dodged each strike with precision, his sword dancing in the air. The clashing of the metal against chakra-filled hands echoed throughout the arena, sounding like loud swishes and loud clanks. Neji's frustration grew. "How can you avoid my attacks?" Naruto's eyes glinted with determination. "I've trained hard, Neji. I was away from the village for years. Granted special permission from Lord Third. And I trained harder than you could imagine." Naruto created multiple shadow clones, each wielding a sword, encircling Neji. The clones moved in synchrony, attacking from all directions. Neji, despite his Byakugan, struggled to keep up. In a brilliant move, Naruto's clones vanished, and the real Naruto struck Neji from behind, using the Shadow Clone Jutsu to land a decisive blow. But how? Destiny decided that I would be the winner. Neji, don't give me that crap about destiny. And how dare you beat up Hinata like that? She's your own sister, for God's sake. The crowd erupted into cheers, their disbelief turning into admiration. But not Sasuke. Sasuke clenched his fist. His jealousy began to deepen. After the fight, Naruto returned to the place where most of the other ninja were. As Naruto couldn't shake a familiar feeling he sensed within Gaara. There was something about the red-haired sand ninja that resonated with him. When Gaara unleashed his full power against Sasuke, Naruto felt a connection, recognizing the pain and loneliness. And after the battle, when Gaara took off and his power was even more present as Gaara began shifting into his Shukaku form, Naruto truly felt a connection, recognizing the pain and loneliness. During the invasion of Konoha, Naruto and Sasuke decided to team up to chase after Gaara. Naruto explained his feelings to Sasuke. Hey Sasuke, what is it, Naruto? There's something about Gaara. I feel a presence similar to mine, you know? Naruto said, determination in his eyes. Sasuke nodded, though his jealousy still simmered. Let's take him down together. The fight with Gaara was intense. Naruto's speed and strength combined with his shadow clones matched Gaara's sand techniques. Why do you fight? Gaara would say as Naruto continued his onslaught, throwing shadow clones attached to paper bombs and attacking Gaara relentlessly. Sasuke appeared behind Gaara, activating his Chidori. Gaara would block, but just barely, as Naruto would use this time to activate his own jutsu. Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu! Shadow Clone Barrage! Naruto would create 5,000 shadow clones as they would all begin to swarm Gaara. And eventually, Gaara would be defeated. Naruto tried his hardest, and he was able to connect with Gaara. You may be asking, how is this possible? Well, it's because it happened in the real timeline. No, I'm just kidding. None of you are asking that. And if you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say a big thank you. Like, I really appreciate, like, you know, like, you making it this far. If you're seeing this, like, in the next couple of days from now, so I'm recording this on June 5th, like, I don't, like, that is so sick. Like, I appreciate that you're watching this, like, genuinely. You see, I just kind of got back into this whole what if thing. Like, I've never been away from it. Like, let's be real. Like, I've taken breaks, like, for dead ass a year. But, like, I've never really been away from it, you know? And so, like, it's just nice to finally be back. And so, like, this is one of my, like, newest what ifs. And I really hope it's received well. And if you've seriously made it this far, then thank you. Like, seriously. Naruto began to speak to Gaara. It's almost unbearable, isn't it? The feeling of being all alone. I know that feeling. I've been there in that dark and lonely place. But now there are others. Other people who mean a lot to me too, you know? I care about them more than I do myself. And I won't let anyone hurt them. That's why I'll never give up. I will stop you, even if I have to kill you. They saved me from myself. They rescued me from my loneliness. They were the first to accept me for who I am. They're my friends, you know? Friends? How can you believe that such a thing exists? If it is true what you say, and you were once engulfed in the darkness, then how? How do you have friends? Because I tried to have them. Because I didn't let the darkness take control of me. Just like you, I'm a Jinchuriki. And people are afraid of me everywhere I go. And so I ask if you want to be my friend. Be your friend? Yeah, Gaara. Why not? Okay. The fight with Gaara was intense. They fought fiercely, and in the end, Naruto managed to connect with Gaara, speaking to the loneliness that they both shared. Gaara, moved by Naruto's words, began to change, and truly see Naruto as a friend. Despite their victory, Sasuke's jealousy and desire for power led him to seek out Orochimaru. Naruto, determined not to lose his friend, pursued him. Their battle at the Valley of the End was monumental. Naruto, with his newfound Senju abilities, fought fiercely against Sasuke. The clash of their powers created shockwaves, the intensity of their emotions fueling the fight. In the end, Naruto managed to bring Sasuke back, though both were severely injured. The village, seeing Naruto's determination and strength, began to acknowledge him not just as a Senju, but as a hero. The time skip saw Naruto and Sasuke accompanying Jiraiya on their journey. Naruto trained rigorously, mastering new jutsu and refining his Senju abilities. Sasuke, though still jealous, grew alongside Naruto, learning to control his Sharingan abilities and harnessing the power of his curse mark. Training under Jiraiya was intense and comprehensive. They traveled to various hidden villages, learning new techniques, embracing themselves in new culture, letting Jiraiya get away with his pervy sage techniques, if you will, and honing their skills. Naruto discovered his wind nature and began developing wind-style jutsus under Jiraiya's guidance. He created a variant of the Rasen Shuriken, a deadly technique that combined the Rasengan with wind chakra, breaking his opponent or his goal with the technique, his target, down on the molecular level. Each day was a grueling combination of physical conditioning, chakra control exercises, and sparring sessions with Jiraiya. Jiraiya would often push Naruto and Sasuke to their limits, making them carry heavy weights while practicing jutsus, or forcing Naruto to maintain his Rasengan for extended periods. Naruto also spent time meditating to improve his chakra control and connection to nature energy, setting the foundation for sage training. Although he didn't know this. Sasuke, on the other hand, perfected his fire-style jutsus and developed Kirin, a powerful lightning technique that he would use, focusing on refining his Sharingan abilities, learning to predict and counter Jiraiya's moves during their sparring matches. Sasuke also trained in using his curse mark without succumbing to its negative effects, allowing him to harness its power more effectively. Both of them also obtained new summoning contracts. Naruto formed a contract with the Toads of Mount Miyaboku, learning to summon powerful allies like Gamabunta, while Sasuke formed a contract with snakes, guided by Jiraiya, who taught him to control these creatures despite their connection to the snake sage Orochimaru. When they had returned to the village, everyone was in awe. All of the timeline from here goes exactly the same. Like, Gaara is saved, whatever, he loses Shukaku, is what it is. Very unfortunate. But Jiraiya's death. Jiraiya's death was a crushing blow to both Naruto and Sasuke. They had come to see him as a mentor and a father figure. Naruto grieved deeply, feeling a sense of loss that cut to his core. His training sessions became more intense as he channeled his grief into his training, pushing himself to honor Jiraiya's legacy. Sasuke, equally affected, found his jealousy replaced by a burning resolve to honor Jiraiya's teachings. The news of Jiraiya's death triggered Sasuke's 3 Tomoe Sharingan, marking a significant turning point in his growth. It also sunk him down into a deep sense of grief. For a moment, he was confronted with the idea that everyone in his life is bound to die, every single person that he cares about. Sasuke's sorrow was palpable, and he vowed to become stronger to protect those he cared about, just as Jiraiya had protected the village. He never wanted to see another comrade die, or hear about their passing. Their bond strengthened during this time, Naruto and Sasuke's, as they both shared the pain of losing someone important. They trained harder and harder than ever before, determined to carry on Jiraiya's legacy and protect Konoha from any threats. As the Akatsuki's threat grew, Naruto and Sasuke, now formidable shinobi, prepared to defend their village. They faced numerous challenges, their teamwork becoming legendary. When Pain attacked Konoha, the village was unprepared for the devastation. Naruto and Sasuke at the time were away, training and gathering intelligence on the Akatsuki when Pain launched his assault. Naruto and Sasuke had shadow clones that were doing this intel reach, whilst their actual bodies were in Mount Miyaboku, training to learn Sage Mode. The village was in ruins, and Sakura's desperate cries for help echoed through the destruction. "Sasuke! Naruto! Where are you?" Sakura screamed, her voice filled with despair. The news of Konoha's destruction reached Naruto and Sasuke, and they rushed back with all the speed they could muster. The sight that greeted them was heartbreaking. Buildings lay in rubble, and the air was thick with smoke and despair. Sasuke stood in the midst of the chaos, looking around desperately for any sign of her teammates. She spotted Naruto and Sasuke approaching, their faces etched with determination and fury. "Naruto, Sasuke, we need you!" she cried, relief and desperation mixing in her voice. Naruto clenched his fist, feeling a surge damn, that was a bad voice crack. Feeling a surge of rage at the sight of his destroyed home. "We'll make them pay for this," he growled. Sasuke's Sharingan flared to life, his eyes filled with resolve and hunger. "Let's show them what we're made of, Naruto." Together they prepared to face the greatest challenge of their lives, their bond and strength tested to the limit. The transformation of Naruto from a boy who struggled at the academy to a hero who faced insurmountable odds is a testament to his hard work and strength of his heart. Alongside Sasuke, their bond, tested by jealousy and rivalry, grew stronger, making them a force to be reckoned with. The looming threat of pain in the Akatsuki set the stage for the next chapter of their journey, with Konoha's fate hanging in the balance. Through their trials and training, Naruto and Sasuke's growth as shinobi and as friends laid the foundation for their future battles. Their journey, marked by loss, pain, and triumph, showcased their unwavering determination to protect their village and honor the legacy of their mentor, Jiraiya. Naruto and Sasuke stood side by side, facing the 6 paths of pain. Their teamwork was flawless, a testament to the rigorous training under Jiraiya. As they engaged in battle, they methodically figured out each path's ability. "Naruto, that Deva path is capable of manipulating gravity, repelling and attracting objects with Shinra Tensei and Bancho Tenin. How did you figure that out?" "Watch." Sasuke would then pull out 3 kunai, throwing them. "Oh, mighty push," Pain would say, sending all of the kunai back. With that, he would then tell Naruto to run away. Naruto would look confused. "Trust me." Naruto and Sasuke would begin running away. As the Deva path would yell out, "Universal pull." With that, they figured out the abilities of the Deva path. They also figured out that the Asura path possessed mechanical limbs and weaponry capable of firing missiles. The human path could read minds and rip out souls. The animal path summoned various giant animals and all of the summonings. The Predator path absorbed chakra-based abilities. The Naraka path controlled the King of Hell, used for an interrogation and revival whenever one of the pains needed help. Together, Naruto and Sasuke strategized, combining their abilities to take down each path of pain. Naruto's shadow clones provided distractions, while Sasuke's Sharingan helped predict and counter attacks. Despite their efforts, Nagato, controlling pain from a distance, poured more chakra into the Deva path, focusing its power. Naruto and Sasuke, exhausted, were eventually overwhelmed. They were pinned down with black chakra rods, immobilized. Pain stood over them, his presence imposing. He began his speech. Pain stood over Naruto and Sasuke, his presence overwhelming as they laid pinned down by the black chakra rods. His voice was calm yet filled with a deep, resonant sorrow and conviction. "Why do you continue to fight, knowing the pain it brings? The world shall know pain. I have lost everything, and in that loss I discovered the truth. The cycle of hatred cannot be broken. Only through pain will the world change." Pain paused, allowing Sasuke and Naruto to soak in his words. "Consider the Uchiha massacre." Sasuke's eyes perked up and widened. An entire clan wiped out, not by an enemy, but by one of their own, Itachi Uchiha, burdened with the impossible choice of loyalty to his village or his family. His actions, driven by a twisted sense of duty, perpetuated the cycle of hatred. Sasuke Uchiha, you are the embodiment of that cycle, consumed by vengeance and anger. Your family's fate is a testament to the endless chain of hatred that binds us all. And you, Naruto Uzumaki, the fate of a Jinchuriki is to suffer, to be an outcast, to be feared and hated by those you strive to protect. Your very existence is a symbol of humanity's cruelty. From your birth, you have known loneliness and despair. Your struggle is not unique. It is the same struggle faced by all Jinchuriki, forced to carry the burden of a beast they did not choose. Do you not see? Your pain, your losses, they are not isolated tragedies. They are threads in the fabric of this world. The Kaguya clan, they too were slaughtered. A world defined by suffering and loss. That is the world that we live in. The wars, the betrayals, the endless cycle of revenge. They are all manifestations of the same truth. The world will never change through peace alone. Peace is but a fleeting illusion, shattered by the next act of violence. True change, lasting change, can only be achieved through understanding pain. When the world knows true suffering, only then will people understand the futility of their hatred. Only then will they be willing to let go of their grudges, their anger, and their desire for revenge. I seek to create a world where everyone understands the depths of pain, where the horrors of loss and war are not just stories, but lived experiences. Only then can we hope to break the cycle of hatred. Your defiance, your hope, it is admirable, but misguided. You cling to ideals that cannot exist in this reality. Pain is the only true path to peace. By bringing the world to its knees, by making everyone experience the same suffering, we can create a world where people will truly understand each other. Look around you, the destruction, the loss, it is but a glimpse of what is to come. Embrace the pain and the tragedy, understand it, and through it, find the strength to change. That is the only way. The world shall know pain, and through that pain, the world shall find peace. Naruto and Sasuke's heads hung low, in grief. They had come so far just to be defeated. They had exhausted all of their sage energy, and now they were left defenseless. That was until Hinata came to their aid. Hinata, seeing Naruto in peril, rushed to his aid. Despite Naruto and Sasuke's pleas for her to run away, she bravely faced pain. "Hinata, no! Run!" Naruto shouted, desperation filling his voice. Hinata's resolve was unshakable. "I won't let you hurt Naruto-kun." Pain, with a cold expression, struck her down, killing her in front of Naruto and Sasuke. "Sasuke? What is it, Naruto? Did he just kill Hinata?" "Yes, it appears that way. Tears began to fill in Naruto's eyes as they widened. Seeing Hinata's lifeless body, Naruto's grief and rage triggered the release of the Nine Tails' chakra. His eyes turned red, and his body was enveloped in a dark aura. Simultaneously, Sasuke's Mangekyo Sharingan was activated, his anger fueling its power. You see, he hadn't had a strong connection with Hinata, but not only did he know what Naruto was going through having seen Hinata hurt like this, well, quite literally killed in front of him, but also the fact that Hinata was willing to risk her own life to defend them, and was struck down so easily in front of them. In an instant, Naruto broke free from the rods, the chakra of the Nine Tails flooding his body. He also freed Sasuke, who grabbed Hinata's body and retreated, knowing the danger of Naruto's uncontrolled power. Although Naruto still had a tiny sense of control, he knew that soon it would fade. Naruto's rage manifested as he utilized wood style for the first time. Roots and branches erupting from the ground, attacking Pain with relentless fury. Pain, realizing the danger, used Shibaku Tensei to trap Naruto. As Naruto was pulled into the sphere, the necklace given to him by Tsunade shattered. Enraged, Naruto continued his onslaught from within the prison, roaring as Naruto reached the Eight-Tails state. Minato appearing within Naruto's mind helped to restore the seal, calming Naruto's rage. With renewed determination, Naruto broke free from Shibaku Tensei. Using his wood style, Naruto immobilized Pain, holding him in place. He then unleashed a powerful Rasengan, defeating the Deva Path. Naruto and Sasuke tracked down Nagato's location. The encounter was intense, but Naruto's words reached Nagato, whose chakra was drained. Sasuke, sharing his own pain and experience, helped convince Nagato of their sincerity. With his final amount of chakra, Nagato used the Rene Rebirth Jutsu to revive those who had died in Konoha. In his dying breath, he instructed Konan to protect them. The village celebrated as the fallen were brought back to life. Naruto and Sasuke rejoiced, their bond stronger than ever. As preparations for the Five Kage summit began, Konan sought out Danzo. Their battle was fierce, with Konan utilizing her paper techniques to overwhelm and ultimately kill Danzo. If you can't tell, I really don't like Danzo. This is the easiest way for me to eliminate him. Naruto and Sasuke, driven by their desire... Also, if you actually don't think that Konan can defeat Danzo so easily, she almost got Obito if it wasn't for Izanagi. So, like, let's be real here. Obito with the use of Kamo, so, like, let's be real here. Naruto and Sasuke, driven by their desire to understand the truth, hunted down Itachi. Their battle was emotional, with Itachi holding back for most of the fight. In his final moments, Itachi transferred his Sharingan to Sasuke, revealing the truth about the Uchiha clan, whilst also tapping on the forehead and planting the Amaterasu in his eyes. Naruto and Sasuke, driven by their desire to understand the truth, hunted down Itachi. Their battle was emotional. Accompanying Kakashi to the Five Kage summit, Naruto and Sasuke stood strong. Obito, posing as Madara, declared war, pointing out Sasuke as the last living Uchiha, and Naruto as the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Naruto, releasing a portion of the Nine-Tails' power, created a wood-style sword, shocking the Kage in the room. Sasuke activated his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which he now had because of Sakura using her healing jutsu to transfer him the eye. Their combined presence was formidable. As Madara declared the Fourth Great Ninja War, Naruto and Sasuke stood ready, their bond and strength unmatched. The challenges ahead were daunting, but together they would face whatever came their way. As the Fourth Great Ninja War was declared, the allied shinobi forces were formed, uniting the five great nations against the common threat of the Akatsuki. The villages prepared for battle, their forces mobilized and strategies devised. Naruto and Sasuke, now recognized as powerful assets, were pivotal in the coming conflict, as Naruto was not held at Turtle Island. Although, through this conflict, he was able to develop a bond with Kurama. The leaders of the allied shinobi forces met to plan their strategy. Shikaku Nara, the chief strategist, devised a plan to counter the Akatsuki's forces, which included resurrected shinobi controlled by Kabuto Yakashi. Naruto and Sasuke were placed in the First Division, tasked with handling the most formidable threats. Kakashi, as the acting Hokage, took charge of the forces from Konoha, ensuring that each division was well prepared and equipped. Naruto, harnessing his Sage Mode and Nine-Tails chakras, trained with Killer Bee to fully master the Nine-Tails' power further. Sasuke, with his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, trained intensively, perfecting his control over the curse mark and mastering new techniques, figuring out his Sharingan's abilities as well. The war began with the clash between the allied forces and the White Zetsu army. Naruto, using his sensory abilities, detected the presence of Zetsu clones disguised as allied shinobi. His quick response and ability to distinguish allies from enemies was crucial in preventing widespread infiltration. Sasuke, leading a squad, showcased his prowess by using Amaterasu and Susanoo to obliterate large swaths of the Zetsu army. His leadership and combat skills inspired his comrades, solidifying his reputation as a formidable warrior. The reanimated shinobi, controlled by Kabuto, posed a significant threat. The allied forces faced legendary figures from the past, including former Kage and renowned warriors. Naruto and Sasuke, leading the charge, fought valiantly against these resurrected foes. One of the most intense battles was against the reanimated Jinchuriki, each controlled by a Sharingan-wielding Rinnegan. Naruto, tapping into the Nine Tails' power, fought against his fellow Jinchuriki, using his knowledge of their own abilities and his own to gain the upper hand. Sasuke, with his advanced Sharingan, provided support, identifying weaknesses and coordinating attacks. A pivotal moment came when the reanimated Hokage, including Hashirama Senju and Tobirama Senju, were unleashed. Naruto, as a Senju descendant, felt a deep connection and responsibility to face them. Sasuke, with his Uchiha lineage and his own motivations. The battle was fierce, with Naruto utilizing wood style inherited from his Senju bloodline to combat Hashirama's legendary techniques. Sasuke's Susanoo clashed with Tobirama's water style, the two showing their growth and determination. In a climactic moment, Naruto and Sasuke combined their powers, creating a devastating attack that overwhelmed the reanimated Hokage. The synergy of their abilities demonstrated the strength of their bond and their potential as future leaders, as Hashirama and Tobirama saw them ready, and as new faces of Konoha. The true masterminds behind the war, Obito Uchiha and Madara Uchiha, revealed themselves. Obito, posing as Madara, unleashed the Ten Tails, forcing the allied forces into a desperate battle. Naruto and Sasuke, along with the reanimated Kage, faced off against Obito and the Ten Tails. The battle was brutal, with the Ten Tails' immense power threatening to annihilate everything in its path. Naruto, drawing on the full power of the Nine Tails in his connection with the other tailed beast, fought valiantly. Sasuke, with his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, utilized his most powerful techniques, including the perfected Susanoo and Amaterasu. As the battle raged on, Obito's control over the Ten Tails wavered. Naruto, in a moment of clarity, reached out to Obito, appealing to the remnants of his humanity. Sasuke, recognizing Naruto's approach, supported him, offering his own perspective on the cycle of hatred and the possibility of redemption. Despite their efforts, Madara's resurrection as a true living being changed the tide of the battle. He quickly took control of the Ten Tails, becoming its Jinchuriki. The power he wielded was unimaginable, and the allied forces found themselves on the brink of defeat. Naruto and Sasuke, exhausted but resolute, faced Madara. The battle was intense, with Madara's mastery of the Rinnegan and the Ten Tails' power overwhelming them. Naruto, tapping into the combined power of the tailed beast, and Sasuke, with his eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, fought with everything they had. In their darkest moments, or rather their darkest moment, the spirit of Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the Sage of Six Paths, appeared. Naruto and Sasuke lie on the ground, as they saw faint glimmers of him. But then, Madara killed them. The allies were crushed. They had lost two of their most valuable fighters, and at this point, their two strongest. But in that moment, the spirit of Hagoromo was even clearer, and they met with him in some sort of mindscape. Recognizing their potential, he bestowed upon them the power of the Six Paths. Naruto received the Sun Seal, and Sasuke the Moon Seal, enhancing their abilities beyond measure. With their newfound power, Naruto and Sasuke rejoined the battle against Madara. Naruto's enhanced Sage of Six Paths mode allowed him to harness the combined power of all the tailed beasts, while Sasuke's Rinnegan granted him unparalleled control over space-time and gravity. The final showdown between Naruto, Sasuke, and Madara was nothing short of cataclysmic. The battlefield was transformed into a maelstrom of energy and destruction as the three clashed. Madara, wielding the power of the full Ten Tails, and the Rinnegan, unleashed devastating attacks, but Naruto and Sasuke, with their enhanced abilities and unwavering determination, fought back with equal ferocity. Naruto utilized his mastery over the tailed beast's chakra, creating powerful combinations of elements and attacks. Sasuke's Rinnegan allowed him to manipulate space-time, creating openings for their coordinated assaults. Together, they pushed Madara to his limits. In a final desperate move, Madara attempted to cast the Infinite Tsukuyomi, intending to trap the world. In a final desperate move, Madara attempted to cast the Infinite Tsukuyomi, intending to trap the world in an eternal illusion. Naruto and Sasuke, with the guidance of Hagoromo's power, countered the jutsu, shattering Madara's control over the Ten Tails and breaking his will. With Madara defeated and the war won, Naruto and Sasuke stood as heroes. The allied shinobi forces began the process of rebuilding. their spirits lifted by the victory and the promise of a new era of peace. Naruto, now fully recognized as a hero and the next Hokage candidate, continued to advocate for unity and understanding among the nations. Sasuke, having found redemption and purpose, worked alongside Naruto to ensure that the lessons learned from the war were not forgotten. The world, scarred by conflict, began to heal. The bonds forged in battle became the foundation for a new era of cooperation and mutual respect. Naruto and Sasuke, as the embodiments of the Sage of Six Paths' ideals, led the way toward a brighter future. Naruto did it in the light, as Sasuke did it in the darkness, or the shadows, rather. Years later, as the villages flourished and the cycle of hatred was slowly broken, Naruto and Sasuke had settled down. Sasuke with Sakura and Naruto with Hinata. They stood as symbols of hope and resilience, their journey marked by trials and triumphs. And some of you may be asking, why did you choose to stay with the same ships? So there was actually, funny enough, a comment that I got not that long ago from, I believe, an avid watcher of the channel, which obviously is always nice to see or hear about. And so this is from Zelz, or ZELZ 3011, who has actually received one of the highest number of hearts from me. And I quote, "Honestly, I don't understand the take completely. Not a fan of changing ships." He was responding to someone who had said on What If Sakura Was in Uzumaki the movie, "I know you probably won't see this, but this what if would have been perfect if Sakura went looking for Naruto. I feel like her being in Uzumaki and Konoha would make her want to be around Naruto a lot more. I'm not a fan of changing ships, but Naruto could have gotten Naruto and Hina in this what if. She said she wanted to repopulate the clan." Basically what he's saying is Sakura in the movie says that she wants to repopulate the clan. This is ya got busted. But yeah, anyways, so that she wanted to repopulate the clan or whatever. So yeah, but with that being said, Zelz replies, "Honestly, I don't understand the take completely. Not a fan of changing ships. It kind of just feels like you ground yourself in a hole and just stay there looking up, surrounded by nothing but darkness and mirrors and pictures. But in the context of a what if, it almost feels like it can change into a sort of madness, where you start to create hatred, despair over the possibility of a what if that doesn't have your ships, or makes it impossible or controversial if it happened in the context of said what if. Especially for Naruto and Dragon Ball, because One Piece ain't over and Bleach ain't got no what ifs. If only the GOAT Clyde made like more hybrid videos of like power scaling X what if. Where there are so many what ifs and the series has been going on for so long, like at this point the canon ships, as they always end up boring. Most things in canon end up boring. Some of the appeal of what ifs is fun within reason or within good writing. Some writers, like the King, possibly, who never lost their crown place till they quit to this day Anime X, could get away with making things more fanfiction-y, purely due to their presence as a writer, to where you could still feel like in relation to the what if or the story, things were still possible, versus some fail, like a past one I remember related to Demon Slayer, in which the series just became too much of a fan fiction. And within good reason, it's just kind of like the line plus Ultra goes down, and sometimes goes closer to the good writing or fan fiction perspective / rewrite, in which things escalate, but because the reasons are suitable enough, it's acceptable. Kind of the fate of things when unless you find a way to come up with a unique what if, or a unique way to name a fusion what if, it's very likely almost everything has been done. And you best believe if you come up with a unique idea before more to the series is added, whether via manga, games, or such, that someone else is going to take the idea and do their own spin over and over until it becomes the next trend. I like channels like this and similar due to the fun with what ifs. For some, it felt like it became competitive, or they had to make things so realistic or given to the mob. And honestly, even some who are close to the top, I feel like make certain writing decisions, maybe not because they want to or felt to fit their story, but because they felt like the audience would prefer that, and it's kind of saddening when something like that happens. Anyways, TLDR, or skip portion. I don't really understand the take, especially in the context of what ifs, because part of the fun is the what if. Everything canon has been done to death, so why not have a little fun as long as you can explain it long enough? Lest you become another Goku D3 or a Magi situation. I'll just say this, it feels like there are 3 ways things can be dealt with. 1, as long as the story doesn't change enough, the canon pairings will stay the same. Quote, effectively, from Clockwork Highlander. Huge respect to that guy, by the way. One of my favorite what ifs. The final pairing, along with the most decisions in the series, should be what best fits the story for its purpose, situations, events, and narrative. What if story route. Have fun. Whether you are able to write up a great story or squander that potential and just get a mid to bad fanfiction is all up to you, but things aren't fun if you aren't having fun. Freedom/fanfiction route. I just personally think that sometimes characters end up with no one, and you don't have to force a situation where a character literally never meets the other character until way later just to put them together. But that's just my 2 or maybe 20 cents. I yapped because fucking Zell yapped. Oh my god, excuse my language. Zell yapped. And I just wanted to put that out there for you guys in case you were wondering why I just went with the classic Naruto Hinata ship and Sakura Sasuke ship. Hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, share the video to a friend who likes videos or just anime content in general. With that being said, this has been Rami X and road to 30K, guys. See ya.